Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week 19, May the 7th through May the 13th weekly wrap up. So if you haven't guessed it yet, yes, I am at the pool at practice doing this reporter style once again because life be lifin'. That is just going to be like my ultimate theme, is that life is really lifin'. And not to mention, maybe I should change the schedule. I really haven't had a schedule for like a little while now. So yeah, there's that. I did receive book mail, but I didn't bring it with me. I received my copy, the other book, one of the other books that I won during the Lift Autism fundraiser and auction. So I'm super happy to have that one. I do need to check because I am pretty sure I should have one more book or a set of books coming, but I haven't been reached out to yet by that donor. So I might start looking for, points of contact. Hopefully this music is not bleeding in, and I don't get a copyright freaking strike. So anyways, so that's my life. Kiddo started work. He's had to do some in-services and training and things like that. So that's been loads of fun. And I've been sort of in a reading slump, what I would consider a reading slump. I said that last week, in last week's video, that I was in like a reading slump, what have you. But yeah, I truly am sort of in a reading slump, but I think it's been broken for next week's reading. I've already read quite a few books. I'm recording this super late in the week, and that's the thing. So let's get to the books that I did read last week, starting it off with Cheeky Romance, which is Billionaire Dads number 4 by Neal authors. This is an interracial contemporary romance. I'm giving this one 2.5 stars, giving it 2.5 Steam fans. Had this as an ebook through KU, and this is a Black author. This is more like a single parents, friends to lovers sort of situation. We have Vanya, who is a plus size model, and we have Hayden, who is his best friend, who ends up getting into a tiff with his family and kind of gets cut off. And then he goes to Vanya, who kind of stuck her neck out for him and his friends, and they did a thing, but they've had this like budding romance for a while. They ended up hooking up in Vegas, and from Vegas there is a marriage and a pregnancy, and we are going through that with them through this book. Now those things right off the bat sound amazing to me, but the execution of this book was just like in the tubes. Why chai, the drink chai, had such a role in this book was beyond me. And it made it sound like chai was like a frappuccino type drink, and to my knowledge chai isn't that. Chai is a coffee based like tea, and I was just like, what? I was not understanding. I was like, why are we talking so much about chai? Why the chai? Why the chai? I am interested in seeing the next couple. They were introduced at the end of this book, and I'm going to continue on with the series because I do like seeing the other couples that we've already met, and how they all intertwine with each other. So that's kind of fun. But this book just wasn't for me, was not for me. The fat phobia. Oh my goodness. The fat phobia in this book was horrendous. She's a plus size model. She's supposed to be so like, confident about herself, but then there's some things that are revealed and you're just like, oh really? And then some of the side characters who are supposed to be the villain, they are supposed to be the villain to the story, are true villains, and you're just like, ooh, their fat phobia, their fat shaming, they're just it was rough. It was so hard to get through. The next book that I finished was The Secret, which is Winslow's Brother number 3 by Max Monroe. I'm placing this one in contemporary, giving it 2.5 stars, giving it 3.5 Steam fans. Had it as an audiobook. This is a one-night stand that ends up happening between a professor and his PA. His PA happens to be the daughter of his mentor, who sets up the whole interaction and things like that. And I was just like, I was like, where's the premise? What? And the whole fact is that they kept their relationship a secret, and the misogyny that was in this book, the internalized misogyny, this one was a hard one to get through too. So my week was just not going well. Well, until I got my hands on season 2 of Draft Pick, which is Andrei's season by Darie McCoy. And this is an interracial sports romance. It is put out in serials on Kindle-Vella. So if you haven't went and checked out Kindle-Vella, go use your tokens on this story, because I read the first 20 episodes, so 1 through 20. I'm giving these stories that I've already read 4.5 stars, giving it 4 Steam fans. I ate these up. I was like, okay. It was late at night. I was really, really slumpy from those other 2 books. And I was like, let me just try and get one more book in, or at least, a couple episodes, see where it can go. And I started reading it because I love these 2 characters. I loved Andrei. He's a former hockey player, and now he's like this restaurateur, and his family's still in hockey. He's like the big bad guy. He's given BDE, and I am loving every single moment of it. And Zaria is the best friend to our female character from Alyssa from Draft Pick season 1. So we get to see Alyssa and Carver in this book as well. We are on this first 20 episodes or so are them at their at Alyssa and Carver's wedding. So we get to see them and how they're interacting and things like that. And I was just like, oh, yes. Darie McCoy is giving the BDE for her main male characters, and I am here for every single moment of it. So what am I currently reading? I am currently rereading Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Like before, I read this book back in November of 2022. You can see that review right here. Also, I'll link it down in the description box, but I wanted to do a reread of it because there's so many polar opinions coming out about the book and things like that. So I wanted to reread it. I also wanted to reread it on audiobook because I've heard that I've just heard some opinions about the audiobook as well. So I am rereading it, highlighting something, the things that I loved about the book and going from there. I am also reading The Owner by Xavier Neal, which is a hockey book. I think I'm floating into my sports romance phase of life right now. So I'm super excited about that. But that's what I am currently reading. Other than that, like I said, I think my slump was busted by that serial because this next week I have so many books that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys, more than just those 2 that I just talked about that I'm currently reading. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Those that are still hanging out and doing the thing, because like YouTube has like cut down my monetization like crazy. I don't know what I did or who I pissed off over there, but I was actually making some money off of my off of ad revenues there for a little while, and now I'm like not making any. And it's a little bit frustrating at times because it's a hobby, but to hear, other creators that are like, yeah, it's not a lot. And I'm like, I'm barely making like pennies. I haven't seen a check from YouTube in at least 8 months. So I'm like, wow, I'm glad that you guys are, finding success still in this post semi-pandemic, YouTube watching series and situation and things like that, but I'm not. So yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this. I do know that there are people that like to hear what I have to say on the books that I read every single week, so that gives me the motivation to keep going and things like that. Other than that, as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there's a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another video.